Hello and welcome, my name is Piera and today I'm here with a spoiler-free review of Godsgrave by Kristoff. If you have not been paying attention to the last, any of my videos, you will probably be aware that Nevernight by Kristoff was one of my favourite books of last year, if not one of my all-time favourite. Well, it's one of my favourite all-time books ever. It's actually probably my favourite all-time book ever, for a variety of reasons. Anyway, I talk about this book in every video that I have. I also have every edition possibly published. Anyway, for those of you who have not read Nevernight, please, for the love of God, go read Nevernight because it's fucking brilliant. But anyway, the point of this video is to give you guys a spoiler-free review of Godsgrave, which is the second book in the Nevernight Chronicles by Kristoff. I can even blessed enough, lucky enough, honoured enough to receive ARC copies from Jay and from Harper for review, and just because they know that I'm obsessed. So this is the American ARC version and this is the UK ARC version. Unfortunately, there were no Australian ARC versions of this one, so that's super sad, but they would have looked like this. Without giving too much away, Godsgrave picks up, oh what the fuck, about 8 months after the events of Nevernight finished. This book takes it to a whole other level. The thing I loved about Nevernight was the Red Church and the school, and it was like Hogwarts for assassins. I was super into that. And so for Godsgrave, I wasn't entirely sure what to expect, but obviously Godsgrave is the name of the city in Australia, which is where it's all based. So I knew that it was not going to be featured in the Red Church, so it's not. It's obviously in, like, Atreia, like Godsgrave, more of the world. So anyway, we open up to more of the world, more badassery from Mia, who's just I love Mia Corvair more than I love life. Like, that's who I want to be in my life. We meet a whole new variety of characters. We also have some questions answered from Nevernight. We also have more of like the magic and the history and the footnotes. Oh my god, the footnotes are ace. I loved this book. Like, I loved Nevernight and I love Godsgrave. Like, if you smoosh them all together, then it's like my favorite all-time ever. So obviously there are bits of Nevernight that I preferred over Godsgrave. There are bits of Godsgrave that I preferred over Nevernight. Hashtag tricky boy. But there are super exciting things that happen in Godsgrave that I am so excited for you to fucking just read and listen to. And it's like everything just amplifies. So Godsgrave will be available to buy on September 5th. I highly recommend that you pre-order it. I know there's some pretty cool pre-orders out, so I'll leave all the links below for, like, I think it's like Goldsboro and Barnes & Noble and Waterstones, all that sort of stuff. I will leave links to those below. There are also going to be two launch events here in Australia that I'm aware of. There might be more, but I will be attending both of the ones in Sydney, which is where I live now, and the one in Melbourne. I'll be attending with Kat from Little Book Owl. If you do not know who Kat is, what's wrong with you? We will be cosplaying as Mia and Ash, so I'm super excited! You have no idea! So I'm like frothing at the mouth for those ones. You have no idea how excited I am. Anyway, again, this is not a review so much as a please read this book because it's fucking incredible. Read the series because it's amazing. Jay is just a human angel. Obviously, I will be posting my spoiler review closer to release dates, that way I'm not spoiling it for anyone. I have a bunch of theories for like book 3, which, you know, I'm not a huge theory person because I'm always like, I'm wrong, or I'm deeply depressed by this. I'm not gonna get into them, but I have them, and I'm like talking to my friends who have already read Godsgrave, and I'm like, yo, what do you think about that? I highly recommend that you read Godsgrave and pre-order it by Kristoff. Ayo! I love it so much. Mia is my life. Anyway, I hope you guys enjoyed this video. I'll see you next time. Pre-order Godsgrave. Bye!